If you'll listen to me for just a few moments.
Alright, hey guys, it's Slynk here, and basically I just got out of bed, had a few beers last night, but let's write some music. So, last video we did this, let's have a listen. Yeah, so that sounded pretty cool. I think what I want to do though is add in some slap basses somewhere. So I found these samples. I've actually used these samples a couple times before in some other tracks, but the slaps are just really nice. Check this out. It's like badly warped right now, but like those little. You can like alternate between those two kind of thing. Boom, bah. And this one's really nice too. So it conveniently has the key written in the sample name, A flat, which is one semitone down from what we need in like the second section of the bass line. So it goes like up from it goes up from E. The bass walks up from E up to A. So if we semitone pitch that one, transpose it up one, we should have the right notes in here somewhere, hopefully. Yeah, so in this bit. So we want like a slap bass in there somewhere, maybe. Let's try that one. It's pretty cool. Alright. Delete the sides. I just want that one little sound. Just to funk it up a bit, you know, guys? Give a little bit of funk. Alright. Where to put it though? Where to place that? I feel like there's a bit of a gap here, and it's like right in between. I kind of want to put it there, but I also want it to happen like every time. So let's just add another channel, because you can never have enough channels. And let's just try put it somewhere. I'll mute these other channels and we'll just place it somewhere, and we'll see if we can fit it in that way. Like we'll work backwards, where we put it where we want it, and then we'll move the other samples around to match it. Let me mute this channel as well. And I think they're a bit quiet, so let's turn them up a bit. Where's our groove measurement? Here we go. So maybe something like this. That one's kind of hard to hear in the mix when it's like right next to a big drum hit, so put that one there maybe. Boom, boom. We just got to figure out like a timing that we like. What about this? Then they're both like either side of this snare. It's a bit fast though. What about right before that? We could have one there because there's no snare there. But we did have that cool sound here that we made last time. So, holy crap. Sorry, that's my phone wigging out next to the speaker. Throw my phone away. Let's try it closer to the front here, maybe. I think they need to be pretty close. And it needs to be like an offbeat, I reckon. I don't know, it's not quite working. What about this? E flat. So if we go up one, that'll be our starting note from this section. So this is like E walking up to A. in this section. This might just be like a really bad idea and we might be wasting our time, but sometimes you gotta try these things, you know? That might be cool. Did I delete that analog? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. So that's like G, A. So the bass line goes. So that might be cool, like at the end of the phrase, potentially. And what if we like pitched this? That's just another A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could work. Let's try to put this somewhere. Again, this is just experimental. You've got to try a few different things, see what we like. I think I need to split these. Actually, is there two notes in there? Yeah, it's like that. And then this little... Maybe we'll try it here. If I fade them. Could work. Yeah. Hey, that's not too bad. Let's try to put everything else in. You know what? I'm starting to hate this idea. Sometimes I can fit them in, but we've already got so much cool stuff in there. Why don't we try put it right here? Like we were going to do to start with. I won't delete that yet, actually. Let's try to put it there. Oh, that actually sounds really cool. It like leads nicely into the next bit. Actually, and one bass hit right here. Oh, I like the gap there, actually. What's this hit? Let's try another slap bass somewhere. So this was E flat, so E. Let's grab that high one. And again, I just press Control E to chop that out there. And you can actually press Control Spacebar to play just that bit, and the playhead will stop when it gets to the end of your selected area. So instead of, you know, hearing the whole bit. Kind of a neat little feature that some of you might use sometimes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use any of those. Somewhere. I know there's a place for this sound somewhere, guys. It might go good right here, actually. If I mute this one. Is there anything going on up here? Yeah. What is this sound anyway? And this one. We could sub that out for a bass slap. Okay. Yeah, let's give this a go. Yeah, I kind of like that. We could do that, you know, say every second time. You know, if that makes sense. Like we have a bass slap here, a bass slap here, and then we won't have another slap till there. And then we won't do this again at the end of the phrase. We'll do something different. So let's mute that again. And I want to make these bass slaps really slap hard. So let's process them a little bit because they're a bit raw right now. Just a glue compressor. So what this does, if I turn the threshold down, like way down, you can see this needle goes way up. And so what's happening is it's like compressing the sound after the attack is finished. So if I turn the attack up, what it will do is let through 30 milliseconds of the original volume of the sound and then compress the rest of the sound. So you end up with a sharp start to the sound and then like a softer ending to it. And then you can just turn the whole thing up and it'll slap harder basically. You can turn the ratio up as well. That's probably too much. So that's what it sounds like with the glue. Is that even like different? Well, it's not peaking anymore. That's a plus. Maybe let's try EQ it a bit. That usually works pretty well. It does really great for drums. I'm doing that on the drum bus right now. Just slightly. And I think I used that, yeah, on the snare. So the snare, there's like a bunch of different layers. I'll just talk about the snare right now. So that is the snare that Father Funk sent originally. And then he also had a clap on a different channel. But I just put that in the snare channel because we were going to have it clap every time the snare hits anyways. And then I added in this bass, snare, sorry. It's like a big snare, and then that one as well. I just went a bit snare crazy actually. I don't normally layer this many snares. But it sounded cool, and as you can see I got the glue compressor going and it's set quite heavily. And then there's a nice like snare room sort of reverb. I just dragged in the preset and tweaked the decay time and dry wet and like the input processing to sort of match the sound that I like. So, you know, if we just listen to the reverb on its own, it's like a stuttery high sound. You can't, like, it's pretty subtle, but it makes this snare sort of, the tail of the snare sound a bit nicer. That's all. But yeah, going on a tangent here. Let's get back to business. All right, so we were doing the bass slaps. So I'm going to try EQ the highs up a little bit. I say a little bit, but like I'm cranking it by like 14 dB. That might, I want it to just like compete on an even plane with the rest of these sounds. Oh, that's slapping pretty hard now. And I'm going to take out some of the low range because what we're going to do pretty soon is put in a sub. All right, let's try that out. Let's crank up the volume. Maybe we could get another slap in here somewhere where it kind of changes up. Actually, I had an idea. Maybe we'll do it in the second bit. So yeah, I think we're ready to copy paste this over. And then add some variation. So what we might do to start with is we'll take out the triangle, that that classic triangle that I use in like lots of my songs. It's like a signature sort of triangle. But I find if you change up some of the percussion, you can give the song a different feel. So maybe when we start this section, we'll start with less percussion, and then when the second section starts, we'll bring in more percussion to give a more energetic feel. So this is like the breakdown right before. Yeah, so let's get rid of, what do we got here? We got the real drums. And I think I panned these. Yeah, so this one's, the bongos is on the left, and the real drums are on the left also. Triangle's on the right. And these breaks, I kind of have pairs. I guess the propeller head break, I call it the propeller head break because I sampled it out of Propeller Head's Better. I don't know if you know that song. Let me just play it real quick. I've sampled it a bunch of times. Here we go. There's like a really cool break up here somewhere. Yeah, so I sampled that break and it sounds really cool. What I did is used a drum rack and sliced it all up so that I could control the decay of each slice, and I can also rearrange the break to my liking. So yeah, and then this bit has like a different sort of, but if you play each sample in sequence, I've actually deleted them, and this is like, I've used this break a lot of times in lots of songs, and it's like evolved into this like just tool that I use now. It's over here in my little toolbox. You know, I'm doing some percussion, better drag in the propeller heads break thing, and you know, like just drag it in, and I got the propeller heads break, and then I start tweaking it. But this is what it sounds like to start with. Well, that's what it's evolved into anyway. Anyway, so I sort of have pairs. This paired up with this, so that's on the left and that's on the right. And if you listen to these together, and then there's like a open hat there. So let's keep them. We'll keep those three, and let's mute like all of these other ones. And maybe we'll mute them all actually, because it's two pairs. This is on the left, this is on the right, this is on the left, this is on the right. So we can, actually, let's not mute them. Let's like actually put them in. So we'll delete them there, and then we'll add them in here. We've already made like some chops to correspond with the bass line a little bit. Let's delete that and paste this over here, and we'll hear like the energy change when the extra drums come in. There's a can't talk today. There's some trumpet in there, which sounds kind of nice. I thought that'd be nice to use for the second half of that phrase. Just gonna have a drink. So that's sounding kind of cool. I think we need to change the drums a bit more. I'm gonna Control J this section of the drums, And in here, there's that big like housey kind of hat on like the offbeat. So let's delete them and see what that sounds like. Just the drums on its own. Oh, yeah, there we go. And let's also delete this extra snare, which is kind of shuffling around here. So it says kick, snare, while we like introduce the bass line, and then we bring in all the other drums after that. Let's try that out. Alright, this is cool. Yeah. So that's kind of cool, like introduces the bass line. There was some guitar in there, which I felt like should come in second. And actually what we'll do with the horn, I need to arrange this a bit better actually. I've got nothing named down here. This is terrible. We got to do some housework, I think, before I just get completely confused. So let's actually like name some things. So this is the bass chops. This is the bass slaps, I think. Slaps. And this. Oh, that's right. We had that one channel which has one sound on it. So let's remedy that, because that's stupid. We don't want to have one sound on a channel. That's just idiotic. There's like no processing on there either. So I'll just create a new channel, set this to resampling, hit record, and I've soloed the bass channel. So I should be able to just, there we go. Trim this back, put this here. And I think it's good to stay organized, guys. If you don't stay organized, your project's just going to be a mess, and you won't know where the heck that annoying sound is coming from, or you might have run along to some problems. Man, I really can't talk today. So what we're going to call this channel, this has like this is kind of like the higher sounds that sort of chop in. There's one bass there. Maybe we should put this up here, but there's that kind of tear. We'll just leave it there. And we'll call this like more bass chops. Maybe I'll call it like riff thing, because it's got that. Make sure these are all pretty colors, and collapse all that. And this needs to be pasted over to our chops and changes there. This workboard can stay here for the time being. And I do want to keep that. Let's just name this ref. Let's call it ref, like for reference. And we'll color that blue so we know that maybe we'll color them black, because black is sort of our tool. I have a side chaining tool up here. I'll move the ref. This is just so I can listen on the keyboard, if I want to figure out what note something is. Okay, so we've got trumpet. We've got all these synths that Father Funk made. I'm not sure why I muted this one. Oh, that's right. When he sent it, oh no, wait a minute. Oh shit. I think I do want to delete that to start with, and then we'll bring it in after. This automation lane down here is adjusting the vibrato on the analog here, so it just flies up for certain notes. This is Father Funk did this. Oh, that's right. He sent the project over, and he originally had a Zebralette in there, I think. I can't remember why that's called Zebralette, but there's an analog in here. Zebralette is a synth, by the way. So we want the guitars to come in, and maybe some of the horns, but we need to clean this up a bit. I like to favor the effects stuff to go at the bottom of the project, and I like all my drums at the top and then the bass under the drums. So this is the synth group. We can collapse that, and we'll make another group called like instruments, which I guess will be this group that has all the instruments in it. What else is on this channel? So we got like a little trumpet. Oh, there's this bass clarinet thing, which is nice. Clarinet. This is like the horn stab, so I'm going to call that horn stab because it sort of comes in on the one. Bam! And there's like a little riser. Bam! It's pretty cool. Clarinet. And what's this? This is like a little sax thing. I tried to adjust the timing a little bit, but I think I made it sound worse. So let's just paste that in. Sax. We could probably put a lot of these on the same channel to save space. Like we can probably, we might want to EQ the clarinet separate to the sax. But either way, let's choose a color for our group here. These will all be yellow as well. And this is guitar down the bottom. This is the plucking one. Pluck. Guitar pluck. And this was the rhythm guitar. I'll just put guitar. Just as long as you know what's in there. And we'll call this, we should call this horns, and we'll take the guitar out and make a separate group for that, because there's some more guitar here. And we'll have all our instruments sort of separated out. This makes it really easier when you're mastering. A lot of this is stems, so there's lots of silence. I'll just trim this down. Hopefully this isn't too boring to watch, me just doing like housework around the project. But it has to be done, guys. Otherwise you end up with a messy project. And it's just easier to manage. Okay, so I'm thinking this little trumpet riff might go better here. What's this guitar bit? Oh, let's group this as well. Group, that's Control G, guitar, and we'll leave that the same color because it's sort of in the same family as the horns, I suppose. So what was this extra guitar here? We might do this here with the horns. So let's unmute that. I can just do that by pressing the 0 key, by the way, and it deactivates the clip. Deactivate clip and then activate clip. It's just a handy way to mute it without deleting it, because I don't want to delete it. I want to use it eventually, but you know, I guess I could just go over and mute the channel. But sometimes, you know, I was doing that last time with like some of these bass hits that I muted. I might not delete them because I might want to use them, but I probably will end up deleting them, honestly. Is there a little bass slap in here? Oh, sweet. Father Funk did that. Yeah, so we'll have like a bit of a chill section with some horns. Do we want to do that same horn thing again though? I don't think so. Maybe we need something different here. What if we do the guitar and then we'll switch to this guitar? There was this clarinet thing, but I didn't really dig the beginning of this clarinet riff. I guess it doesn't work well with this bass line, but it might go well when we add a sub in. So crazy glitch section, then we'll take out the bass and have like a sub and just like some nice instruments and whatever. And where's our synths? Do we have all the synths going? Yeah. So maybe what sound is this? Yeah. Cosmic Pad? Oh, we should totally use that here.
Roger, main be undervolt. Stand by 13.
Alright, let's get a sub going. We're going to want to put the sub in the bass group. I have a sub. Subs are just subs, so I've got a few saved. This is just like my toolbox, and I've got a few different bass lines that I've saved. And I want the smooth sub. I gotta make a channel first. Control Shift T, drag it in, and wait for it to load. So I just made this with Massive. It's a pretty simple sub, just 2 oscillators, one octave higher than the other. The high octave is turned down slightly, and that's about it inside of Massive. And then I have this plugin, which is like a saturator that sort of makes it sound fatter, and a filter. I'm going to delete that and use an EQ actually, because I made this like little preset before Ableton had this feature where you can do a really sharp cutoff on the equalizer. So what I want to do, I'll just turn off these other nodes, is just roll it off at about 100-ish there, and we'll do the same thing on all these other channels except in reverse. So I'll just flip that and we'll drag it. I'm just holding Control, which will copy it. Copy it up here. Bass chops and main bass. And I think I want this to happen before it gets compressed. Oh, no, I actually want it to happen after, just in case during the compression it puts in those frequencies again. So now our bass will sound really thin. But that's what we want. And now we can add in a sub. And this should be really easy because we know all the notes already. But the trick is to the trick is to get the timing the same. So let's like collapse these down. We don't really need this groove thing right now. Groove measurement thing. So we want to sort of be able to see all the bass line hits in one window. And we can go into here. So the first note is E. Yeah, probably start at that octave there. And we just want to basically place sub notes wherever there's actual notes. So that's still E, 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 E. And you can actually use the keyboard. Oh, I need to zoom in a bit further to place them. Yeah, so I can use the keyboard. I'll just hit Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and then I can just use the right arrow key to place it, and then hold Shift to make it longer. And then I can hit Control D to duplicate it even. And we'll just go through. I might make this one an octave higher just to change it up a bit. Is that? Yeah. I might make this a bit shorter. I might make this one the octave high. Yeah, I want to make this shorter too. Is that the next note up? It is. So we want to go up to there. Oops. Oh shit. Oops. Maybe what we'll just do real quick is place all the notes, and then we can figure out what note they actually are supposed to be at. I might delete this sub here because I might just want to have another bass channel where we're not EQing the bass out and let some of these notes and their natural sub flow through to the mix. But yeah, let's just place the bass notes where we want them. I'm just gonna guess that that's like an octave higher, just to make it interesting in the sub. Now, yeah, I think I'll do it like this. Let's go an octave up for that. Why not? Oh, and that was our slap bass there. So let's not do the bass there. I've lost the. There we go. But we want to. Oh, and that was like the crazy down. I don't think we need a sub for that either. Ah, there we go. So let's try and get the notes down now. So here is when it goes up another semitone. If you turn this little guy on, when I select a note, it will play it for me, which is kind of handy. And then this will all be A, I believe. Is that? Yep, it's A. Yeah. Okay. Alright, that's cool. It's way too loud, obviously. I'm going to turn down the sub. These are... Okay, we only want sub for that note. And what's this? There's an ugly snap at the end of that. You guys hearing that? I don't know what the deal is. I'm just going to ignore it. Whatever, you can't even hear it in the mix. So if I delete these ones... That makes for a nice little pattern. Alright, let's keep going over to here. I'm going to duplicate that over and then we'll continue with messing with the timing of the notes. We sort of know where they transpose up now, so this should be a lot quicker work. So we want a long note here, and then let me just zoom in a bit more. Oh, and I'm going to zoom in some more here. Okay, let's do this up again. No note there. What's this sound? Okay, we don't want to sub for that. We do want to sub for this sound though, I believe. Let's make that a bit longer. And alright, this is going well. Oh, that actually, oh shit, I just hit Control S instead of Control Z. We should save it. I got that error because this project is hosted on Dropbox right now, and Dropbox is trying to sync it. So if I pause that and then save it, it should save correctly, and then I can unpause the syncing, because Ableton makes like this temporary file, and if it's open with Ableton, Dropbox has a little hissy fit and doesn't let you save things. So you just pause it. Like, some people have said that they've had problems with putting projects on Dropbox, but I've never had a problem. Just only that, like when you're working on a project and you save it, Dropbox freaks out. So you just pause it, save, and then unpause. Simple. But it's good to have everything on Dropbox because, you know, then if someone comes in and sets fire to your computer, there's another copy of it on the internet. Let's continue with the music. Yeah, I almost forgot about these basses up the top here. Let's keep an eye on them. Alright, do we want, are these, what sounds are these? Yes, we want subs for them. They're like angry little sub notes for that. Alright, and for that sound, why not? What is that sound? Yep. That is pitched wrong, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There's another note there, which will actually, the groove will be affecting it so that it's placing it over a bit onto that groove marker. So I better look at that groove marker actually when I'm putting that sub in. Yep, right there, a bit shorter. And this one goes on the 1, and then we've got the bass slaps. And we're into the next phrase. Cool. So just this bit, and then we can paste it over to there. But let's have a listen. It feels kind of empty in this part. So I might... Let's put a sub in here. Is this supposed to be... feel like that is the correct note for this bit. Yeah, that thickens it out a bit, doesn't it? Let's take the EQ off the bass slap and we'll actually like boost the bass here. So like it's super chunky. See how thin that sounds here? But it's really good to have a sub because you can actually control the volume of it separately or control the notes separately, add in notes, sub notes where there isn't other notes, and you can make like cool breakdowns. Like if I put this sub over here and remove this bass, like suddenly you've got like a cool like sub. You know, like a cool sub sort of breakdown. Anyway, keep going. Let's start with this original one again. So that's kind of the idea. I'm going to make the sub and then copy paste it over there, and then we can have like a little chill breakdown thing after all the crazy bass. Probably about that long. This one's too long though. Duplicate, shorten. Yeah, leave that there. Let's extend this a bit. And these ones are roughly in the right position already, which is cool. That shows that like some of the song is actually cohesive. We got like a similar pattern going on, which is kind of nice. Alright, that's going to sound cool with like an octave in the bass. Doom, doom, doom. And let's go up an octave for that. Oh, this is cool. It kind of bounces. Doon, 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 doon. Yeah. Doon, 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 doon. Doon, 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 doon. Doon, doon. Doon, doon. Cool. I'm going to put a little gap in between those two notes. And that was a slap, so we don't need... I just had an idea, like, we could put like an 808, like, kick thing in there. Just search my sample library for 808. Oh man. Actually, you know what's faster? It's just, I got this program for PC called Everything, and it just searches your entire hard drive. Yeah, let's grab that and put it, oh man, I didn't think this through. Oh, actually, I usually do these 808 sub drop things up here with the drums. Not sure why, just seems to be a drummy type thing. Let's color that, send that to the drum bus. And now we can drag it in. Yep. And we want it like super deep. Not that deep. Too deep. Yeah, just like that. Doom, doom. That's cool. Yeah, or we could use a sample, which might be better. I think I've got don't I have like a Vengeance pack somewhere with like sub drops? Maybe it's not named 808, like sub. Yeah, here we go. I've got one of these Vengeance packs that just has like sub drops somewhere. Yeah. Actually, what is that? Some bullshit kick. Oh god, that's awful. Let's use that. That sounds kind of nice. Boom. Yeah. And we'll fade the edge so it doesn't click. And I'm going to fade the intro to the sound too, because the kick is going to be playing at the same time as that. And, you know, kick is pretty subby, so if we just, like, you won't even know that that blend is there. Oh, that's actually the snare, so we can just go like that. Or maybe we'll fade it in. Yeah, that's a nice little touch, I guess. Getting kind of sidetracked with that. Let's get this sub done already. Okay. Let's get this going. Actually, this might be very similar to this one, so let's copy that over. Yeah, there's like the same sound there. Cool. No sound there. Oh yeah, this is sounding pretty cool, guys. I'm pretty happy with this so far. Sometimes it's hard to get a project started and actually you know, commit to something, but I found like once you reach a certain point in a project, I call it like the tipping point, where you leading up to that point, you're just like, this sounds shit, and you're trying to make it sound good, and then you reach this point where you're like, oh shit, this sounds good, and then it's like you're so motivated to finish the rest of the song because you're like actually enjoying writing it, and you're like listening to the song and imagining what it's going to be like when you play it in front of a bunch of people and stuff. And the songwriting goes really quick after that for me, and I love just tweaking things and really getting down into the nitty gritty of the details to make sure it sounds the best and stuff. So like because this is a collaboration, Father Funk actually took the track to that tipping point already, and I listened to it when he sent it to me, and I thought, damn, if I put some crazy ass bass lines on that, it's gonna sound sick. And so it was like already it was already past that tipping point, you know. So I feel like really motivated to finish this song right now. So let's fucking do it. I think these basses are already in this. Oh no, not quite. What is that sound? Okay, we want sub that entire time, I think. Let's put this. Excuse me. Talking, making me cough. I've got to stay on the waters, bro. Oop. We don't need this bass here. Oh, yes we do, but I don't like it at an octave high. Let's try these basses up. What about do, 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 do? Yeah. And there's no bass sound there, is there? That I can see. Let's have this note down here. Extend that out. And that should be it, I think. Why did we not have a sound there? What is this sound? Yeah, let's put that back in, whatever that was. I like that. I think it's just a bit loud, maybe. So what I think we should do now is we'll have to add another channel, unfortunately. But we want to put these sounds that don't have subs on them on their own channel. Let's copy paste this compressor over there, because that's got like some bassy elements to it, and we're not using the sub there. We already took the sub off the, we put the sub back in on the slap. There was this down here, that one there as well, and more bass. So much bass. All right. And I'm gonna trim these right so that I'm not looking at a clip and thinking there's sounds there when it's like collapsed, you know? If it's trimmed back a bit more, I can, like, it looks like there's a whole bass line there, but it's just this one little sound. Trim these back and make things easier to look at, which will make us write music faster. Hopefully. In theory, guys, in theory. All right, now that's nicely trimmed. I'll just delete the stuff that isn't trimmed and paste it over there. And we can paste the sub over. I'm gonna Control J that to make it into one, and booyah. Also, I'll delete this and then paste that over so that I don't have to go through and move these individual ones down that we did just before. Color that, and we should be sounding pretty cool. One thing I want to do though is this little change up here with like where the drums drop out. We can't have that happen twice. We should only have that happen maybe here, right before the transition to something different, and not happen here, I'm thinking. So what I might do is just copy paste this bass line. So there's a little repetition. And yeah, I think that'll be a good way of doing it, just because I don't want to have that little motif happening twice, because that will be more boring than this happening twice. You know what I mean? And the sub will be different actually as well. So now we have to Control J, and we'll leave the sub here because that's already tailored to this, but we've altered this sub here to be the same as that. And we'll just put the drums back how we had them. I think it would be all of this bit. I want to get these little hi-hats and stuff in there. We've got our 808 up there. We need some more 808s, so don't we? Let's put one there. Yeah, that's cool. It's a bit loud though. See the energy change as soon as we have the extra percussion? What happened with the horns here? There was like too much going on or something. What the heck? What? Oh. Oh. So that is clashing with our sax. That sounds awful. All right. Well, let's just delete this, I suppose, because we've got sax, which is cooler anyway. Yeah. Yeah, energy change. That's nice. I don't know if I like this sub actually. Let's mute it and listen to it again. I think I can hear a mistake in the sub. It's not, the bass isn't walking up correctly here, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Dun, dun. I think that needs to be that note actually. Yeah, that's way better. Okay. And I've made the same mistake over here. But this should be good to Control J now. We have a big clip. What's a sub? Let's name this as well. Sub. Color it. And this is all running through this one group. So let's try and tame the beast a bit here, because you can see it's peaking pretty bad there. I tend to write music that like is super loud and peaks a lot anyway, in the writing phase, and then you know, tone it back afterwards, because I just want to hear. I actually have a glue compressor on the master while I'm writing, because a lot of people would say that that's a bad idea, but I guess I want to hear what it sounds like compressed, because I'm going to compress it eventually anyway. So why not write and listen to it compressed at the same time? Because I have that option, instead of writing music and then wondering what it's going to sound like when I compress it. I'm not even compressing it that hard even, but I'm playing all these channels quite hot. Like, look at the drum track. It's like hitting 0, like it's as loud as it can be basically. And then I'm not sidechaining anything yet. So everything's just playing together at maximum volume and going through this compressor. But it's not compressing that much. So if we rendered that out, it would actually sound pretty good. I feel like there's a mistake in here too. Let me just change that up. Where were we? Here. Yeah, this needs to be... Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I don't need a sub there either, that's a mistake. And this should go on the channel with no EQ. Let's turn that up a bit actually, sounds cool. Did we fade the edges on that? Yeah, we did. Okay, let's fade the edges on that a little bit. Lots of little tiny things you gotta do to make it sound super tight. So let's paste this over here now, and I'm not sure what's going on over here in this section, but maybe we'll put the triangle in here, paste this over. Oh, let's try that again. Yeah, I don't like that bass clarinet. I like the last little section of it though. Yeah, this is going to be cool, guys.
Stand by 13, we're looking at it.
I think that's we might include some of these bass sounds over here. Let me just delete that. There's actually some of them already in here. We might just grab like the ones from the very beginning of each section. That like, yeah, let's grab that and put that here for that bit, and then that one will go there. Let's add this as well to that, because that sounded cool. And then there's this one to go on the, wait, is that the right? Yeah, to go here. 1, 2, 3, and then there's that again. And we might, what was this sound again? Let's put that at the end. And what was this one? Yeah, let's put that one at the end of here. And then, I hope this is making sense, but now we can, oh, this is the riff thing. Yeah, that's good, that's good. We want to put that over here to match up with these guys, and then duplicate this. And now we should have like a cool little chill. I think I want to get an extra note from here actually. That one. And we can like echo that one actually. That'll sound cool. Or like add like a reverb to it, like so it's like boom boom ba, and it kind of like fades while the sub like goes dunk 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 dunk, and then we'll like echo that one a bit to like bring out the tail more. That's my idea anyway. It might sound like shit, who knows? But we'll try it out. And what did this bit sound like? Yeah, that's cool. Or maybe we instead of alternating, we'll repeat this because yeah, I think I like that better. All our slaps, let's just paste them in. Definitely. Can't go wrong with some slaps, eh? But anyways, guys, it's been about an hour now, so I'm going to call it an end to this episode. I feel like we got a lot of housework done, and we're starting to move into like the arrangement of the entire song, which is nice. We've got that energy change with the percussion, and we tried the sub, but I didn't like it. But yeah, we matched up the actual sub to all our chops and refined the chops a little bit more with some bass slaps, and I think this track is coming along. Yeah, and we also added like the guitar in and put it in nice spots. We have this little horn solo that a friend sent me. It's quite nice actually. I like that. Fits pretty well. It matches with the little sax riff here. So yeah, I think we're on our way to finishing this song. We'll have a breakdown here. We'll come back in with some more bass over there, and then we'll finish the track. And we also want to do something different over here with all this different bass. It's kind of like the introduction to the song, almost like right before the drop. Or we might end up deleting that because as a whole, the song is quite long. But anyways, I'll leave more of those thoughts to the next episode. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next episode. All right, bye bye guys.